Let's try this again. Let's try this again. This is, yeah, it's still giving me the same problem. Still giving we're gonna figure out how to do this. We're gonna beat this problem. So let's do this. If you are a patron, comment under the post of the live stream, like announcing the live stream. Tell me what you're seeing. Okay. I may need somebody to copy and paste the comments from YouTube to Patreon. Or not the comments, but the questions from YouTube to Patreon. To copy and paste the questions from YouTube to Patreon. And if it's too many, like if it's moving too fast, we'll change it to only super chats, or what do you call those, get answered. Because right now I can't see, YouTube is not allowing me to see any of your comments. It says something went wrong and there's a little monkey holding a hammer. Okay. But we're still gonna have this live because I want to have this live. Okay. Odimma. So let me see if anybody comments something under the thing on Patreon. If you're on Patreon, comment as soon as possible. Of the boat. I'm still waiting for the comments. I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna do this, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. There will. If one of you guys are on Patreon, just go on the Patreon and comment under the post announcing the live. Comment under the post announcing the live, just so. Live on YouTube. All right, Derek. Okay. Derek, I'm just gonna be chatting directly with you. Do you mind having this role? And if you're ready to go to bed, if you say no, just type no, of course, on Patreon. If what's the other word? If you say no, type no on Patreon. If you want to retire, see if you can pass the baton to somebody else. But if somebody can copy and paste the questions, I would love to answer them, but like I can't see anybody's questions right now. And I was having this issue last time. That's why I was kind of wonky in the beginning if you guys were watching. But I want to go live. I want to do this. And we missed yesterday, so I don't want to miss today. So Derek, would you be willing to do that? Just let me know I'm gonna hit refresh. I'm gonna just keep hitting refresh. Okay. Once we get we got 10. Once we get 15 people on here, we're gonna begin. I don't know how we're gonna begin, but we're gonna begin. Derek, if you don't want the role, let me know. Happy to play backup. Zoe, thank you. Phoenix, thank you. Okay, maybe yeah. Shout out to the village, man. He said, all right, y'all. Everybody post any questions you guys have. They're gonna copy it and put it, because it's not letting me post it on Patreon. Like I wish, in fact, I almost want to post like a picture. No, you can't comment with pictures on Patreon, right? Those of you who are not on Patreon, get on patreon.com/the medicine show. Maybe I should just have patrons be able to ask questions today, right? Maybe this is a patron question day. Is that what I should do? Right? I don't know. If y'all can copy people's questions over, that would be great. This is Derek O'Foddermore with the Medicine Shell. Once we hit 50, I don't know if we got to, okay. Once we get to 15 people, we're going to go ahead and begin. This is Ask Me Anything. You ask questions, I answer. I teach Odinala, which is Igbo ancestral spirituality. If you're interested in Igbo ancestral spirituality and you want to learn more and you want to support the channel, if you want to hit those 3 birds with 1 stone, join the Patreon at patreon.com/the medicine shell. If somebody can post a link to that on the chat, that would be great. And then Phoenix, I think you have the power to pin it to the top. So if you have that power, if you can do that, that would be great. I can't see anything that's going on. I cannot see anything that's going on. I'm going to hit refresh again, see if there's any questions, just to see where we're at. And once we get to 50, I'm doing this blind. Phoenix says hello. Gotta feed my son. No. Okay, no problem, Derek. No problem, Derek. I appreciate it. Happy to play backup. Okay, Zoe already volunteered. Okay, Zoe, I appreciate that. If there's too many questions, we'll find a way to slow it down. I don't think there will be. All right, so we've hit 10 people. He said, all right, let's go ahead and begin, okay? Okikekeruwa, alabwala, ala nne mmadụ na nne mmụọ, ala na-enye ndụ na-enye nke ọma dị n'ụwa. ala nyere anyị odu na ọkpụ, ala anyị siri bịa, ala anyị si elo, nne dị mma, nne mara mma, nne ka mma, nne ka ihe niile dị n'ụwa maka na ịbụ ụwa. Ọ obiọma ka jikwere na-ekele gị. A ji obiọma na-ekele ndị eke, ndị orie, ndị afọ na ndị nkwọ, ndị mgbu na ndị egede, ndị mmadụ na ndị mmụọ. Ha jikwere obiọma na-ekele mmụọ na-esoro anyị na mmụọ anyị ga-afụ ebe anyị na-aga, maka ọwa ụfọdụ ogu ka anyị jikwere na-aga. Anyị wụ ndị obiọma, anyị wụ ndị ụzọ Chukwu, anyị wụ ndị na-echebe ụwa, nne ụwa nyere anyị ka anyị chebe. Otu a ka ọ ga dị na eke, na orie, na afọ, na nkwọ. Ise. I don't have orgy, so I'm doing alcohol today. Ise. Ise. All right. Let's go ahead and begin. So this is Ask Me Anything. As you guys ask the questions, I will answer. We are here to discuss Igbo spirituality, but there's a lot going on. So if you guys have any other questions, that'd be good. I'm going to hit refresh. I cannot see you guys' questions live, but somebody did volunteer. I don't know what username she's using on YouTube, but Zoe on Patreon in the village, it says that she'll copy and paste the questions as they come. Okay. All right, so I don't see any questions copied and pasted. I don't know if this format's going to work, or maybe you guys are not asking questions. Somebody ask a test question to see if the system works, right? Zoe, even if the question doesn't sound super serious, it's okay. Okay. All right, I guess not. So I wish this was not. Oh, I know what I do. I'll know what I'll do. What if I were watching my own live? That might solve the problem. I think that's an easy fix. What if I were watching my own live on the phone? Boom, got it. All right, let's see what that looks like. Zoe, you may get the night off, but I appreciate you stepping up the way you did. That's the comment. All right, let's find the live. If I think, because for those who are just coming in, I cannot see you guys' comments, so I'm going to watch my own live and see if that does anything. I am going to watch my own live and see if that does anything. Is this really how many ads they send you guys? Yo. Okay, I think a little progress. Hold on. I think I'm seeing progress. Move faster. Come on. We are trying to get the comments back up so I can see the questions. By the way, if you have questions, just start asking them. I'll circle back on all of them. Ask questions as they come. If I'm not answering right now, it's because I cannot see your question. We're trying to fix that issue. I cannot see your comments. We're trying to fix that issue. What's going on? Okay, I don't know if what's going on, YouTube. Okay, all right, we're back. You say. Okay, I can now see you guys' comments. So I'm going to be reading it off of the phone as they come by. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I can't pin comments. Okay, I got you, Phoenix. I appreciate you, Phoenix. I appreciate you, Derek. I appreciate you, Zoe. I appreciate you. Everybody, the Exodus Collective, I appreciate you. Everybody that stepped up, I appreciate you guys stepping up in that moment. But we're here now, okay? So let's go ahead and begin. Paulette Paul says, am I super late? No, not at all. We just started. Okay, good morning from SA. Inform me, please, because I've been receiving dreams. My father telling me to go to Ghana. Interesting. Relation by culture, I'm asking, please inform me of your spirituality. So my name is Duru Afaronwa. I teach Igbo spirituality known as Odinala. Now, I don't think it's by coincidence that you're asking me about this question right now, because I am just finishing up a video on comparing Igbo spirituality to Ghanaian spirituality. And it's a bit of an introduction for people to Akom, which is Ghanaian spirituality. If your dream is telling you to go to Ghana, Ghana is an amazing country. I don't see any reason why you should not go. Um, yeah, I don't see any reasons you should not go. I think when you get there, you will see what the dream was speaking of or pointing you towards, right? So take the normal precautions anybody needs to take when they're traveling. And then, if I had that dream, I'd go to Ghana. Okay. If I had that dream, I'd go to Ghana. And maybe you may know a little bit more as to why you had that dream now, or you may find out later, but trust yourself. Okay. If you have a feeling or a thought or an intuition, if your chi pulls you in a certain way, don't do it with self-doubt. Don't doubt yourself. Just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Okay. Whatever, don't be impatient either. When you are ready to go to Ghana, if you're going to go to Ghana, you will go to Ghana, right? Don't be impatient with yourself, be patient with yourself. Once you are there, you will receive things in the time it's supposed to be received, right? But if I had a dream, if I had that exact same dream, if you're asking me what I would do, I would go. I would definitely go, right? And South Africa is a very cool place. Ghana is also a very cool place. You'll feel right at home. So I'll do mine. Where are we at? Just starting Paulette. What are your thoughts on AI? Okay. My opinion on AI is probably unpopular, but I don't really see it as this big threat that most people see it as. I really don't see it as a big threat. I think that the a lot of the marketing of it, I think it's intentionally threatening and problematic and so on and so forth because AI marketers like Elon Musk and Sam Altman and all them, they're marketers, and they're selling this idea that there's this big dangerous nuclear bomb in their pocket, and if you invest now you can get access to it. So they have to tell everybody, oh, it sucks up all this water and it does da, da, da. The people making the AI are the ones putting out that news. And I looked into it too because I was like, it seems that anytime these people talk, they say something negative. But I'm not really whatever. I have a lot of questions that pop into my mind throughout the day. And I love being able to just ask, hey, what does this mean? Or is there a linguistic? I've been asking a lot of linguistic questions lately. Is there like, for example, I was looking at who's that that Tanzanian African he's from like, Dudukwe. He's from like Tanzania somewhere. And I was like, that name Dudukwe, that sounds kind of West African, right? And so I typed in, you know, hey, what language does Dudukwe speak? AI told me Dudukwe speaks this language. Is it related to any West African language? It said no. Linguists used to think it was related to Khoisan because they both have clicks, and different sounds like that. But then it's been recently kind of accepted by linguists that it's a language isolate, that none of their close cousins culturally still exist. They're all gone. And this is the last, right, group of people with that language, things like that. So yeah, I'm not gonna like, yeah, for me, having AI to ask that question is great. That's not a big deal, right? Our ancestors invented AI, right? If you ask a lot of DBs tell me that in fact, I have an interview with Adibia. I think Ezurike or something like that. Yeah. Josiah, I can remember his last name. I interviewed a good friend of mine who's also a Adibia named Josiah, and he does computer science, and he's like, this is just alpha, right? Like it's alpha, but that if you apply the actual alpha to this thing, it's more powerful, right? So Arashi, alpha, all these different things. If you ask a lot of DBAs, they'll tell you it's AI. So that's nothing new to us as a people, right? That's nothing new to us as a people. Now, this particular incarnation of it is, has its environmental consequences and so forth, but it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. So yeah, it helps me a lot in what I do. I do a lot of research. I like to be able to ask very quick questions and look in a different directions. Hey, what time, what date did this happen? How many years ago? How many million years ago was this cultivated? Oh, it's helped me a lot. So yeah, I don't have any issues with AI. I think it's fine. I would encourage people to get more comfortable with it because it's not going anywhere. But yeah, it's an unpopular answer. I know a lot of people don't like it, right? A lot of people don't like it. I'm old enough to have witnessed different waves of technology emerge, right? And every single wave has been deeply unpopular when it first started. So I know this is kind of the pattern. And all of them are really destructive in the exact same way, right? The data centers that run AI also run social media. Social media got its criticisms when it happened, and here we are. Like video streaming like this, it got its criticisms, and again, here we are. The internet itself, things like that. So it's nothing new to us as a people. It's nothing new to us as a people. We just did it more sustainably, of course. Da, 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 da. Odema. Hey, I appreciate you guys' patience early on too. That was really cool. Let me see if I can find some more questions. I've AI. Nice. What does this one say? Love Ghana, want to go back. I want to see the rest of Lagos too. Go east now. What's in Lagos? What's in Lagos, my sister? What's in Lagos? Go east. Go to Owerri. Go to Enugu. You understand? That kind of thing. When you go to those places, you're like, oh, okay, Nigeria doesn't have to be stressful. It's chill. It's nice. So yeah, go east. Go east. But yeah, if you like Lagos, then cool, no problem. But a lot of ever since the iShow speed stream, a lot of people have been like, why does everybody keep going to Lagos? Like because all like Lagos is like it's everybody goes to Lagos to make money, right? So it's just like Nigeria concentrate. Like it's if you haven't experienced that environment, it's a shock. I saw somebody recently describe it as a shock to the system. It's a lot, right? But if you like it, it's the best place on planet Earth, right? If you like, because it's whatever the hell's wrong with Lagos, it has the most of it, and most people who visit it love whatever that thing is. They love it, right? They love it. I try to get the hell out of Lagos as soon as I land in Nigeria. If I land in Lagos, I try to get the hell out of there. Oh, I remember one time, man. No, let me not discourage tourism to Nigeria. I was about to tell you guys a story of one time I was in Lagos, and so, I'll tell the story anyway. So I went back and I was staying with my brother-in-law's cousin for like 2 days, not like a day. I landed, she picked me up from the airport. I stayed the night there, and then we started heading east. And as I'm heading back to the airport to head east, we this like traffic officer is like kind of sees us, and then and then next thing you know, this man jumps into as the car is moving, jumps into our window, puts his two legs up on the back of our seats, and tells us to pull over. I was like, yo, what the, I was just like, yo, is this the end? Like, what? Because you don't know who did that. You just know a large mammal jumped in your back seat and put its feet on and I'm just like, and she knew the whole routine. She was pissed at him for doing that, but I guess that's just what they do, which is funny because so recently I heard that an ICE officer jumped into like a Nigerian person's like car, and then he or she or them, I don't know who the culprit, but they just drove home and took him and just kept him. And I guess that's technically kidnapping. So now they're in trouble for kidnapping an ICE agent. But that was the wrong move to do to the wrong people, right? Because they've already been trained to deal with that type of stupidity. But yeah, that's the type of stuff that happens that okay, I'm gonna say that. Lagos is super cool, but that's a lot. That's a lot. So I've seen it before, so cool, but that's a lot. So yeah, go east, go east, go to Enugu, go to Owerri. You understand? Go to Umuahia, Oka, all these cool places, all these chill places. On them, maybe I'm being biased. Ifa Ndewo Nwanne, can you tell me about the ritual celebration of Saraka? We celebrate here in Grenada. Huh. I'm really interested in Igbo tradition, survive the Middle Passage. Okay, Exodus, can you tell me more about Saraka? Saraka, the word Saraka in Igbo, I'm not saying it's an Igbo word, but if it were an Igbo word, it means washing of the hands. Saraka, Isaka, Isaraka, right? The washing of the hands. So I don't know if it's an Igbo word, but if you take that sound and run it through the Igbo filter, it says washing of the hands. So if you can let me know what time of the year it happens and what things are done during during Saraka, I can see if there's a link, but it may be from another African culture, or maybe something unique to the island itself. So I'm not 100% sure. I'm not aware of anything called Saraka in Igbo land, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't have a link to something, or maybe we used to use that name and then we stopped using that name and then you guys kept it up, right? That happens. So if you give more details on what it is, I would appreciate that. But Saraka means the washing of the hands. Ndewo, I've recently come across your page and I recently discovered my late Igbo culture. He said, found third cousins. He said, whose ancestors are from Owerri. Hey! In Imo State, which I got on 21andMe. So RR Deuce, I'm from Imo State as well, right? So the reason you got the bell is because we are siblings, we are cousins, right? I'm from Imo State as well. If you're from Owerri, go to Owerri. Owerri is nice. Owerri is sweet, you know. Owerri is nice. But yeah, that's congratulations to you and welcome home, right? Welcome home. That's an amazing thing. I love hearing people finding out where their ancestors came from. I love when they revisit. I love when they like you reach out to cousins and they actually like there's a connection made and things like that. Like I think that's amazing, right? And it shows you that we're not that far apart, right? Is that what you say? Third, you said third cousin. Let me read that again. I think you said third cousin. Yeah, third cousins whose ancestors are from Owerri in Imo State, which I got on 23andMe. Yeah, that's not that far. My third cousins right now live next to me at home. So, and I know how close that is. That's not far. That's not distant, right? That's not distant at all. You understand? So go back to that village, get your chieftaincy title, get yourself a little land, just enjoy. We want to have you back home. We want you to touch the soil from where you're from. So dalo. Okay, we already read that. Okay, I'm trying to start from the beginning. Can I pray to Chukwu Chineke, my chi, my ancestors? Also, can I invoke the Irish? Okay, so good question. You're starting from, actually, I think I'm going to make a video like, how do I start, right? Because I've explained these very high concepts, but I don't think I've given enough like basics, tangible basics, right? At least off of Patreon all day. Yeah, all the time. Yeah, so the best place, okay, so if you want to practice Igbo spirituality, the best place to start is to learn the names of your ancestors, not just the African ones, the ones in this soil too. You learn their names, you learn their stories, okay? When you are praying, I mean, praying is a tough, it's we'll call it praying for now, but as you learn more, you'll probably change your wording, right? But when you're praying, you are greeting, right? You are greeting. So all of these things you named, you're going to greet them. If you forget to greet one and don't greet another, it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Excuse me. Maybe that's my cheese saying it's a bad thing. But yeah, if you forget to greet one or whatever, there's no, oh, I don't want to make a mistake. Don't worry about that. You're greeting, right? So that thing I did in the very beginning of this live is what you do. You say, and I'm going to translate what I was saying in English. I said, Creator who created all things, I greet you. Earth Mother, who is the earth, right? It's hard, it's not as poetic in English, right? Earth Mother, who is the earth. Earth Mother, who all good things come from. Earth Mother, whom I come from and whom I will return to. Earth Mother, who provides all things. Earth Mother, who is greater than all things. Earth Mother, who is greater than our world because she is our world, right? I greet you. And then I greeted, I said, I think I said Ndiobo Nandiche, which is my maternal, my matrons and my patrons, my mother ancestors and my father ancestors. I greet you, right? I said I greet the people of Eke, Orie, Afo, Onkwo. You can use those 4 words for all the ancestors whose names you don't know. But don't stop learning their names just because you know those 4 words, right? But you use those 4 words for all the ancestors whose names you don't know, because those are the 4 days of the Igbo calendar. Those are the 4 elements of creation. And those are the 4 rivers by which you enter and exit creation. So whichever river you entered creation with, Eke, Urie, Afo, Nkwo, that is also one of your names. That is also one of your names. Okay. So when you say Eke Uri Afo Nkwo, you include the ancestors who you just by circumstance cannot name at the moment. Right. So those, then you say, I greet you. I said I greet, who else did I greet in that whole thing? Anyways, yeah. Normally I would greet my ancestors one by one, right? Starting from oldest to most recent. So boom, 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 boom. I greet you, this person, I greet you, this person, I greet you. Right. And I said, there was a certain greeting that I did that was kind of special, at least I think. I greeted the spirits which follow us and the spirits we will encounter as we move on the path that God created for us to walk. Right. And my exact words were, because we are holding, or we are walking on this path because we were born to walk on this path. And we are walking with Ofo na Ogun. If you want me to explain that, just go ahead and put it in the comments. Hey, can you explain Ofo na Ogun? I'll explain it, right? But that's a whole different discussion, right? And then I said it's going to be like this. We're going to continue walking with Ofonugu on Eke Day, Uriye Day, Afo Day, Nkwa Day. And then I said, Ise sends it into space. So on Patreon, I have a little instructional on how to do that. Like I've typed out a little instructional on how to do that. It's on Patreon. And then it has like the English and the Igbo if you want to practice either or, and then like a pronunciation guide. So that's your call if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, whatever social media you use, message me, and I can walk you through anything. But even though it's hard, so the reason I tend not to use pray is because, if you're saying pray, you're probably coming from a Christian perspective, and pray is a direct conversation with God, right? Which you can have that. What you're doing is you're greeting God, if that makes sense. Greeting is very sacred in our culture. It's very sacred in our culture. You are greeting God, you're acknowledging God, you're paying respects to God, you're paying respects to the earth, you're paying respects to your ancestors, you're paying respects to all of the elements that come together to make you, and all of the elements that come together to make all things, and that you are connected to, and that connects you to all things, right? And you'll never run out of things to greet. And as you grow, you'll add more and add more and add more and add more, right? And that kind of thing. It's kind of an honor to add more, right? That kind of thing. And you're greeting all these things, and then you're declaring what we are going to receive from this guy, because now you've caused a scene. You've gathered all these things, right? You've gathered all these ancestors, you've gathered the creator, you've brought them all. They're all right here, they're all awake, they're all alert, right? Then you say, today we're going to, today we're going to have peace. Today, we're going to have strength. We're going to have clarity. We're going to have wisdom. We're going to have wealth, akunoba, right? We're going to have journey power. I don't know what the word is in English, but literally, okunije, foot and journey, right? Which is hard to translate into English, but it's like the capacity to move through the world in a great way, or to the capacity to move towards your destination in a great way, in a spiritually protected way, in a physically fortified way. Okuniche, right? And then you say it's going to be like this on da 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 da. So now you're not just blessing yourself, you're blessing all of these things, or all of these forces, all of these people that you have gathered. You're saying that they're going to receive all these things. You say today, all of us together right now in this meeting, we're all going to receive a long life. Ogologundu, right? That's you're blessing them as well, and you're blessing yourself. So it's a little different from prayer. Prayer is more so bless me, right? Give it to me, give it to me. This one is like we're having a conversation. It's almost like these are the blessings I've put on the table for all of us to enjoy, that kind of thing. We're going to have them together. And then you get up and you move. Now, the reason you do that is because all of these elements are you. All of these elements are you. The creator is you. The earth is you. The sky is you. The water is you. The trees are you. Your ancestors are you. Your community is you. Your people are you. Your history is you. Your story is you, right? Your spirit is you. Your soul, whatever all these different words you have for it. They all come together and they make you. Okay. So you're in essence having a conversation with yourself with the full acknowledgement that you are the universe and the universe is you. You are what is beyond the universe, and what is beyond the universe is you. Okay. So that's kind of the intro. That's the intro. If you need any help with anything, right? Shoot me a message. I don't check Instagram that much and I don't check Facebook that much, but I'm on there. And then Patreon, I check more frequently than anything, right? Patreon, that kind of thing. If you're on TikTok too, I use TikTok frequently, but I'm about to stop because that shit's getting annoying. Okay, so I don't know what I just did, but all the comments, all the live chat, the live chat went away. I don't. Oh, there we go. We're back. All right. RR Deuce, welcome home. Happy to have caught you live today. If the chi, your higher self, and it goes back to creator at death, how does Agon reincarnate independent of the chi? Very good question. Are they separate entities? Yes, your Agon and your chi are separate. Your Agon will work with one chi in one lifetime, and they'll come into the creation as you, and then that one chi will go, and then your Agon. Wait, what am I doing? Okay, it's backwards. Yeah. So, anyways, let me move here. So I have space. So your Agon is reincarnating. It links up with your chi, and you come into existence. You're moving, and you pass away, and your chi goes back to chi. Then your Agon starts reincarnating again, and it links up with another chi, and then that kind of thing over and over and over. Now, then that's really what it is, right? They are separate. They are separate, but your Agon is like is guided by different chi throughout these different life cycles. That was a good question. Nobody's ever asked me that. That's a good question. I'll do more. But yeah, your chi is only one. Each lifetime, you only have one chi. But your Agon has been here many times, right? Now, some can say that all chi are one. All chi are one, which where you get the phrase chuku from, right? Some may say that. And in that sense, then yeah, it's the same chi again and again and again. But the way we understand it is that each chi is unique to the person. So, good question. Really good question. I've never been asked that before. Will not pray. No, we decree instead of praying in a sense. Okay, you understand that already. Another last question. Do I have to set up an altar? I know I need Nzukola, etc. How do I get these in the States? Okay, set up an altar once you understand enough to feel that it's necessary, right? If you don't have an altar, you can use the sun. The sun is all of our altar, right? If you don't have an altar, you can use the sun. But after a while, you will instinctively, naturally, intuitively want to set up your own altar. So there's no such thing as have to, right? Anything you do because you want to. Does that make sense? Anything you do because you want to. I'm using the word want, but there's something deeper behind want, and especially in this context. But we'll use want for now. Anything you do because you want to. So if you want to set up an altar, you set it up, and you set it up the way you want to set it up, right? Because what you're doing in essence is your chi is always communicating with you. You are learning how to listen. And part of listening is following what resonates. Following if that first voice goes, turn right, you turn right. You don't go, oh no, well, the last time I turned right, I don't. That's not, now you're not getting it, right? Well, I don't know. Let me go ask the guy at the medicine show. The voice said, turn right, right? Then come tell me about it afterwards. That's fine, you know, that kind of thing. So do things when you want to and how you want to, and you will be a lot closer than a lot of people to understanding what's really going on. So, Dalo, that was dope. Good questions. Okay. There are places I want to see. I wanted to go to Yoruba land when I visited, but it wasn't safe then. Okay. Lagos is Yoruba land. If you were in Lagos, you were in Yoruba land. So, but I think you mean like more inland and that kind of thing, which is cool. Yeah, which is cool. They, I don't know how to explain this, and I don't want to like. There's this thing that I'm the only person that seems to care about, but I feel like anytime you ask a black person if the place they're from is safe, they'll say no, even if that's not the case, right? So even though everybody should be cautious, we have an exaggeration problem, like worldwide. I think there's like a gene. I really think it's genetic. We have a severe exaggeration problem. If you ask a black person from Toronto about Toronto, they'll start telling you who stabbed who. Oh yeah, you don't want to go there. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the Chicago, New York, Memphis, Jamaica, Haiti, the Botswana, anywhere we are, for some reason, when you ask us about that place, we start getting hyperbolic and fear mongery. I don't know what it is. It's just some little random. Do you know how I noticed it? I was in a tiny microscopic town in Iowa. This town was rated the number one best place in the country one year to raise children. Number one. It was me. You can count the black people in that town by hand, by hand. And one of them was a barber and a community organizer. And this barber cut my hair once or twice. And then one day I was walking home from the gym and he pulls up next to me and he's like, he saw me walk. He's like, hey man, you need a ride? I'm like, no, man, I'm cool. I just wanted to get a walk. I'm trying to get fit, And he's like, all right, man, you gotta be careful, man. Blank town. It's not like the way it used to be. Like, man, what do you mean by that? He's like, man, it's getting crazy or something. I can't remember how he said it. But I was like, you know what? We have, and this is around the time that the Crody Canadian guy, who kept saying, like, oh, Crody, we're gonna, and like, oh, you don't want to go to Canada, fam, the Utes, fam, the Crody fam. And then he's saying this. I'm like, bro, do we have a problem? I don't